Hi, I'm Roger Blake, the Executive Director of the CIF. Really pleased that you've clicked on our new feature, these webinars that we hope are a benefit to our schools, principals, superintendents, athletic directors, parents, and students. We hope on a monthly basis to have this added feature to bring you highlights and important topics that we think can benefit the students of California.
The AD has to really do a good job of keeping the principal informed. I know some schools, the principal allows the AD to do a lot of things without constant communication, and the AD and the principal need to understand the principal is the agent for CIF. So it's important that the principal is involved in participating so that they can make solid choices for kids. The main tip that I have for principals is to participate. I go to a lot of meetings for our section down in the southern section, and we have a lot of athletic directors in the room, and we really need to make sure that the principals are the ones understanding that policy is being changed, policy is being added, policy is being adjusted. And it's the principals that need to be involved because it affects our students on our campuses on a regular basis. So my main thing for new principals is make sure you do participate, find the time to prioritize it, and attend the meetings and be a part of what's going on.
Most important thing that I can have with my principal, and he almost requires this, is communication. He doesn't like to be surprised about things that go on. Any little bitty thing that happens in a game or at an athletic contest or during the day or phone calls, we make sure that we touch base almost daily with the principals, just so that things flow naturally as far as athletics. We have a principal at our school, and we would hope that most schools are this way, that the principal is so totally involved in athletics. I go to every athletic event that I can, that I'm available to go to. I try to hit at least every sport once, twice, during the season. We don't want people to worry when the athletic director shows up, but one of the interesting things we were just talking casually is that when I show up at an event, everybody always thinks, oh, what's wrong? What's going to happen? Is there going to be a problem? And so we don't want them to have that kind of fear when the athletic director or principal shows up. We like them to understand that we just want to be out there to enjoy the kids, to enjoy the atmosphere, and just to relax. One of my aspects for my principal would like me to do is make sure I have the teachers understand so I'm the go-between between teachers, parents, athletes, and our administration. I want the teachers to understand, get out there and see the kids play, get out from behind the podium, get out from standing next to that chalkboard, whiteboard, and relax and enjoy the kids, let the parents see you in a relaxed atmosphere. So that's probably one of the most important parts of my job at our school and in our situation.
Tips I'd give a principal for monitoring and maintaining oversight of athletics at your school. First of all, I think the biggest thing is making sure you hire a competent and very good athletic director, somebody who has a collaborative nature and is very communicative, somebody who can communicate with you. I think it's really important as a principal to make sure you know what is going on your campus each and every day as far as athletics. It doesn't have to be a meeting every day with your athletic director, but at least once a week sitting down with your athletic director and finding out what is going on or what's happened during the week keeps you in the know, which is really important. Obviously, we all know that athletics is on the forefront. It's in front of the community every day. And the majority of your issues are going to happen from those types of avenues as opposed to something in a math class or language arts class. That's not going to be brought to you as a parent. It's mostly what happens on Friday night. So just make sure you have a good athletic director that likes to communicate. You can set up a structure in which you're making sure that he communicates with you weekly, and just asking lots of questions and then touching base. Make sure you have an opportunity where you can touch base, day in and day out, but more so the structured weekly for sure.
First of all, you got to get in the habit of going to games. You got to be ever present. I would recommend that you not sit in the stands so that parents can come and be parents and you not feel like you have to respond to the comment that perhaps was a little bit over the top. Give them some space and give yourself some space, but you got to be ever present at games. And don't just go to the home games. I know that's easier on you and the schedule for your family, but you need to get to the marquee games at opposite sites so you get a sense of what the community is like. I think that's one of the most important ways to spend your time as a principal. If you're in a private school, your athletic director may well not be an educator. And if you're in a public school, your athletic director is busy with teaching classes and running probably your PE program as well. You're going to have to take a lead in terms of understanding the athletic needs of your community. You're going to have to work closely and communicate with the athletic director at all times.
Probably to me, the most important aspect with the principal athletic director is the ability to always do what's right for kids, even though it may not be the popular answer or decision that has to be made, and keeping in mind that you do that, and the principal and athletic director have to be that way all the time and communicate and make sure everything goes along those lines.
The first thing I would do for a new principal is he really has to know all the players. He has to know the culture of the school and how important athletics are to that school community, because you can really make a lot of mistakes if you think that athletics is just another program in your school. Because if it's not, and you upset folks in your school and your school community, you could be looking for another job very, very quickly. So I would learn, who are the major players, what are the rules, what's your past history, what are the wishes for people, talk to the parents and the booster club, get the booster club knowing where they're going, because even if you have a small school, the booster club is really important. Get with your AD, get with your coaches, and find out all those kind of things. And that's what I would, in a nutshell, tell one of my new principals. They really have to be on the same page, and they really have to trust each other, because the principal usually designates the AD to all the league meetings and all the important decisions, and they'll make decisions, and the principal is the bottom line, though. And the buck stops with the principal. So if the AD is making decisions that the principal can't live with later on, boy, that just doesn't work. So they both really need to know they're on the same page, they have the same philosophy, they're going in the same direction, and the decisions that, say, the AD, what she makes, the superintendent and or the principal will be able to live with those decisions and back those up when push comes to shove.
Do I have, as an athletic director, access to the principal when I need it? Does the principal have access to me when he needs it? He can't, or our principal, our chief executive officer can't be left in the dark. He or she can't get phone calls that they don't know are coming. They have to be left every day with the knowledge of what it is that's going on. If there's been an incident, they have to know whether, if you got to call them at 10 o'clock at night, that's what has to be done. As an athletic director, we have to make sure our principals are very aware of legislation and rules that are changing and forever morphing, and so that they know, so they're not caught off guard, so they can answer questions from parents. And I think the last thing is that as a group, as a whole, as a school, we don't make rules and policies that we can't enforce, and that we don't make rules and policies that we're not willing to enforce. There's a big difference between the two. You may not have the support of the district or your superintendent or some of those things with rules that you may set. So that continuity of philosophy between athletics and the school district. And then the ability to hold people accountable, that you're willing to enforce what those policies are and have the support of the principal and the support of the school district and your superintendent. I think without that, it's an impossible job.